Good evening, everyone. Today's meditation is about the third chakra, which is called as Manipura Chakra, or we can call it the solar plexus. So, before we start discussing about this, we just sit in meditation and just listen to it while eyes closed. That will be good. So, please take your comfortable position, the sitting posture. Sit comfortably with legs crossed, hands interlocked, and placing them comfortably and relaxed in the lap. Spine straight and eyes gently closed. And now just scan your body with closed eyes from top to bottom. And see if the whole body is relaxed. Relax the head area, the neck area, the shoulders, the spine, the chest, the abdomen, hands and legs. Ensure that each part of the body is completely relaxed. There is no stiffness, no tension in any part of the body. Let everything just loose, ease out everything in the body. Because as you loosen out, you reduce the sympathetic tone and your body shifts into the parasympathetic tone. Because we are unknowingly keeping our body stiff when our background tone is the stressful tone, the sympathetic tone. And we often are not aware of that how constantly we are keeping the skeletal muscles of the body in a contracted posture, and we are not aware of that. And this is the cause of all sorts of stiffnesses, myalgias, fibromyalgic pains. So when you just, with awareness and with positively, you command the body to relax, then you tell the brain that it is safe now. You can shift into the parasympathetic tone. So relax your body totally, and now see the breath also. Look at your breath. Just become aware of your breath. Just become aware. How less we are aware of this breathing. How vital this is for our life. This is the most vital thing of our life, and we hardly pay attention to it. So this is the time to pay attention to this most important activity which is going on in the background. Bring it in the foreground and watch it. And be in this relaxed and still meditative state as we'll discuss some aspects of the Manipur Chakra. This is the third chakra in the which is described in the yogic system. So it will be nice to have some knowledge of this chakra so that we can relate it with how it affects the body, the mind, the life, all our thoughts, behaviors, and actions. Because as meditation is important, so is the knowledge. Dhyan and Jnana both go together, hand in hand. Gyan without Dhyan is just theory, and Dhyan without Gyan is just doing something without the proper knowledge. So both are equally vital. So center yourself wherever you feel natural, either into your heart area or behind your eyes, the space behind the eyes, or the heart area, the middle of the chest. Wherever you can fix your attention, wherever you can center your being, attach yourself with that space, either behind the eye or the chest area, and just be in this meditative state. So the third chakra, the Manipur Chakra, the location of this chakra is situated in the navel area of the spine, the area in the spine which corresponds to the navel and around it. And this is also called as the solar plexus because the element of this chakra is the fire, and sun represents the fire. So the element of this chakra is fire, and the color of this chakra is golden yellow. And this is a very important chakra because it is a very vital position because it bridges the lower chakras, the lower two chakras with the upper two chakras. The lower two chakras we already studied, which is the root chakra and the sacral chakra, the Mooladhara and Swadhisthana, which are related to the physical survival and safety and emotional well-being. So the Manipur chakra, it is related to the transformation of the energy from the lower chakras to the higher chakras. It causes the evolution of consciousness upwards. And how does it transform? It is because of the fire element. Because fire element has this property. It can transform the physical and the chemical attributes of anything. When we burn something, the form changes, the chemistry changes, the physics changes. So the fire energy is the energy of transformation. That is why we perform the yagyas and havans and homams, which we call them the fire ceremonies, because they are the means of transformations. That is why we offer those things to the fire. So, what are the psycho-spiritual aspects of this important chakra? The chakra, the Manipur Chakra, it governs some attributes of the mind which are related to personal power. And this chakra is related to self-power, willpower, self-esteem, self-confidence, assertiveness, autonomy, decision making, a healthy sense of self, perseverance, righteousness, right actions. And related to this, the positive emotions here is the courage. The emotion of this chakra, the Manipur chakra, is courage. While the negative emotions related to this chakra are anger and aggression. And the spiritual aspects of this chakra, it corresponds to spiritual growth. Because as we said, it is related to fire. So the fire has the power of transforming. So this fuels the spiritual growth. It induces the willpower to be on a spiritual path, to stick to the spiritual routine, the spiritual discipline, something which is related to our own evolution. When we stick to that discipline, then this power is given by the Manipur Chakra. The clarity of purpose. So all these are the spiritual aspects of this chakra. And when this chakra is in balance, we feel empowered, motivated for our purpose. We feel confident. We also have the courage to take responsibility of our life and not blame anything or anyone or play victim. And we are able to handle challenges with resilience. And this chakra is also related to be feeling confident to move forward in life. So this is a place, the Manipur Chakra or the solar plexus is a place of moving from the survival mode, the reactive survival mode, to an empowered mode. Survival are just instinctive, they are just reactive. But when we can control our instincts, when we can have the power, then we are established, then we can say that our consciousness is established in the Manipur Chakra, empowered to purposeful living. Because the lower chakras are mostly related to safety, food, survival, and the pleasures and emotions. But when we when we develop a command over these lower things, then the consciousness raises to the Manipur Chakra. The mind evolves. This is how the human consciousness evolves gradually. And also because the element is fire, so this chakra, the energy of this chakra is also related to the digestive fire and the energy to perform our actions. So whenever there is a balanced Manipur Chakra, that means whatever food we have, that will be easily assimilated, digested, and it will be properly converted into energy in a most efficient way. So this also relates with the body physiology. Now, what happens when this chakra becomes imbalanced? So imbalance means Either it becomes overactive or underactive. And this is what we call as blockage. So when the Manipur chakra is blocked, then an overactive Manipur chakra, the manifestation, like how we can know, we can know this through our behaviors, our behavior patterns, our habits. So the overactive Manipur chakra manifests as aggression, anger, irritation, outbursts, also arrogance, because too much of power can lead to arrogance. So, arrogance, trying to control things or people, trying to dominate things, all these things are symptoms of an overactive Manipur chakra. Even perfectionism, obsessive perfectionism, or too much of competitiveness, all these are symptoms of an imbalanced Manipur chakra. Also, there can be food intolerances, and metabolism becomes more towards catabolism, because you can this excess fire. It is excess fire because it is an overactive chakra, and it leads to burnout. We call this burnout, isn't it? When there is too much of anxiety, anger, too much of perfectionism, trying to control things, then eventually it leads to burnout. So probably this word also so appropriately describes that when the fire is too much, it leads to burnout. And also, from the aspect of the body physiology, it leads to an inflammatory state. Inflammation is like fire in the body, too much of fire. So it leads to inflammatory state, excessive inflammation, or the chronic inflammation, which we can already correlate that too much of anger, anxiety, it leads to chronic inflammation ultimately. So, what are the symptoms of an underactive Manipur chakra? Here, the fire is too low. So, you we say, na, he has a fire in the belly. But when the fire in the belly is less, what does it lead to? It leads to procrastination, lack of motivation, indecisiveness, passivity, even low self esteem, lack of courage, and it always feels like victim. One always feels like a victim of circumstances, event, life, because the sense of personal power is not felt. So you don't take charge of your life. So when you don't feel like taking charge of your life, then you automatically start blaming people or blaming things, situations. So this is how an underactive Manipur chakra manifests. And in addition to that, the bodily symptoms could be weakness, low energy, low metabolism, lethargy. So all these are the symptoms of an underactive Manipur chakra. The fire is not there. And what leads to this blockage? It is again how we are conditioned right from we are born. All those experiences of excessive criticism, trauma, and experiences which were related to shame or low self-worth or failure, or sometimes suppressing of anger and pleasing people. That time you lose your power, you give your power to others. Excessive people pleasing, this is how there is a block all these experiences, they cause a block in the Manipur Chakra. And also inappropriate lifestyle, inappropriate diet, something which is related to metabolism, poor metabolism, all those factors, poor diet, lack of sleep, exercise, all those factors which keep the body healthy, when they are not proper, then the Manipur Chakra is imbalanced. So how can we balance this chakra? So because the location of this chakra is the navel area, so it relates to the abdomen. So there are yogic techniques which are related to the movement of the abdomen, like the deep diaphragmatic breathing or abdominal breathing. It activates the Manipur chakra. And a yogic technique called Agnisar, which Dr. Ritu had mentioned, she has been doing it. And Agnisar Kriya, it is very effective in activating the Manipur chakra through physical means. These are the physical means how we can activate the chakra, or even Kapal Bhati technique. And in addition to that, we can activate this chakra through the mental work also. These were the things like Agnisar, diaphragmatic breathing, Kapalbhati. These are the physical means. And the mental means could be meditation, meditation with the Bij mantra, meditation with the fire element. So these things can increase the energy in the Manipur chakra. And also being in sunlight or performing various fire ceremonies, or the home, which we call, especially the Agni Hotra, which is a very simple and a basic home which everyone can do. So it is a very interesting and very powerful fire ceremony, the Havan technique, which is called as Agni Hotra. This we can do. Again, this is another remedy or technique to increase the energy in the Manipur chakra or the solar plexus. And of course, healthy lifestyle, proper foods which balance the metabolism, balance the energy production in the body, which keeps our mitochondria healthy, the proper nutrition. It will keep the Manipur chakra in a balanced position. So this was a brief description about the Manipur chakra. And we'll just perform a visualization meditation of this chakra to enhance the fire element, the energy of the sun in the Manipur chakra. So now take your attention to your navel area, the spine corresponding to the navel area. This is where you can locate your Manipur chakra. Bring your attention there and take a few deep breaths through the abdomen. And when you inhale, imagine you are protruding the navel outside. You are filling the whole tummy like a balloon of air. And as you exhale, you pull the navel inside so that you can feel that you are exhaling the air out. Inhale with your belly out. Fill your stomach with air. And exhale with the pulling the navel in. Inhale with the navel out. Tummy bulging out. And exhale with the tummy, sucking the tummy in. Although the air never goes to the abdomen, we know anatomically, but it is just coordinating the movement of the abdomen and the navel area with the breath. So we associate it with the inhalation and fill the abdomen with air, and exhalation and contract the abdomen. To establish a rhythm so that all the attention and energy flows to the Manipur Chakra. This is the fire in your belly, which gives you energy to make your actions done. It gives the power, the ambition to accomplish things, as well as the inner digestive fire is propelled through this chakra. Because how strong the body will be, how important the mind is determined by how good our nutrition is, how well we are able to digest and absorb the nutrition. So breathe through the navel. Underactive Manipur chakra is also one of the big cause of constipation. Breathe through the navel. And now, as your attention is still on this chakra at the navel area, now visualize a bright golden shining sun on your navel. Establish your own sun on the navel area. A beautiful round sun with rays emerging from all its circumference. This is how the Manipur Chakra looks like. A golden yellow sun with golden rays of light emerging from this sun and filling the whole abdomen. And the energy of the sun is spreading to the whole body gradually. The rays of the sun are radiating to all parts of the body, penetrating each tissue. Visualize that all the rays are penetrating deep inside the tissues. And these golden rays are penetrating inside each cell. Every cell is being flooded with this golden yellow energy of fire. Charge every cell of your body, every part of your body. Charge it with this energy. This energy that is generated by this Manipur Chakra. It is the battery, the powerhouse of the body. The subtle body has this powerhouse, which is the Manipur Chakra. It keeps you charged enough. It gives you the energy to accomplish whatever you want. And also to nourish the body in the most perfect way, in the most natural way, without any help of any metabolism enhancing medicines. Nothing is required. The inner fire is strong enough. We just have to activate it. We have to balance it. Feel this charge of this fire in every part of the body, every cell of the body. This will awaken your inner fire, as well as if there is an overactive energy system, it will balance that as well. If there is too much of heat, too much of burnout, the sun would balance that as well. The anger, irritations, sometimes aggressiveness, trying to overpower things or people. Your inner power means you accomplish things with your own power, but and not exert the power on others. When we try to exert the power on others, this is the blocked chakra. This power is used to charge my life, to run this body in the most efficient way. Oh, let all the cells of the body absorb this beautiful golden light rays of the sun. Let the energies of the Manipura Chakra awaken. And it helps to ascend the consciousness to the higher chakras. Absorb all this energy from the sun, which is radiating this energy into each cell. Feel what you can feel at the navel area. Is there any sensation? Is there any feeling which is coming from inside? What do you feel there? And now gently bring back your attention to your body. Become aware of your surroundings. And gently move your fingers. And come out of the meditation by slowly opening the eyes. If you want to be in this state, you can still continue the meditation. So we'll conclude this session today. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much. Good night. Namaste.